Hello, I'm Wade Johnson. I'm the Managing Director of Iceni Gold.
To get from Kalgoorlie to the 14 Mile Well site, we travel north from Kalgoorlie towards Menzies on the bitumen, then Menzies up to Leonora, and that's a distance I think of about 220 kilometres, all on the bitumen. And then when we get to Leonora, usually do a bit of a refuel and then head east towards Laverton, and the 14 Mile Well project's about halfway between Leonora and Laverton, so it's about 65-70 kilometres out. And we just turn off south of Murrin, or just go past Murrin, the big nickel mine owned by Glencore. Go past there and we head south along the Gundrabindra or Red October haul road. Same thing, and that's a gravel road, and that we can travel that about 12 kilometres south along the gravel to the campsite.
Righto, so here we are at the Iceni exploration camp in the 14 Mile Well project. So as you can see, a lot of activity happening, but this is the big camp where we all stay. So we can accommodate 13 people, 14 or 15 people if they live in the swags, but yeah, 13 people in rooms. And I'll just take you through and show you where everything is. But the noise behind us, that's the core cutting machine. So we're cutting diamond drill core in that Westnex core cutting facility there. So that's all happening in there. How you going, Tex? How's things? And Tex is the gun core cutter. So in here is the core cutting machine. Very expensive piece of equipment for cutting so basically the Almonte core saw. Feed it in with these things called boats, put the core in the boats, goes into there, and there's a big cutting blade, diamond cutting blade. And the core goes along there, cuts it in half, comes out down there. Tex puts it back into the core tray, and you've got to be absolutely sure where you take it out of the core tray, it goes back into the right spot. Yeah, so it's a great facility for cutting core. Then we've got a chip tray sea container, so that's full of drill chips, so hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of drilling. Our library of chip trays are sitting in there. We've got core processing here, so Jen's there doing some core processing. How's it looking, Jen? And then, so the core comes in from the field, from the drill rig. We lay it on the racks, and then we do all the processing of the core. Ories, joining it all back together, putting the Ori lines on, mark out the drill meters, get all that ready, then the geos do all the logging. And then we get the meter marks all ready for cutting. So yeah, basically get all the core processing happening here. And then once the geos are finished, the fieldies are finished all the processing, geos are finished all the logging, marked up the meters we want to cut and sample, put it around the side into the core cutting machine, and Tex does the cutting. But basically this is all the camp set up where we're all accommodated and where we all live and cook all our meals. So come over. So 12 months ago we had nothing here. I was able to get my mates from Raglan Drilling, and we got some sea containers off those guys and set up the camp. So really self-sufficient. We started off with one donga, 3 rooms. Now we're up to 13 rooms with accommodation. So yeah, great little camp for all of us. So this one here is the office. So that's our exploration office at a sea container. So this is the exploration office where all the action happens. It's all full of geos at the moment, all hard at work. So we'll just go in for a bo peep, see what's happening in here. Hopefully they're all working. Yes, they are all working. So this is the exploration. This is where all the action happens. We let her get them back to work. And then we got 2 sea containers, which is accommodation, 2 caravans of accommodation. So 6 in the sea container, and then 7 more in the 2 caravans, which we've got on hire. And what it looks like to live in a sea container, this is how I live when I come up here. That's the boss's room, sleep in a sea container. So I live in a swag in a sea container. And then over here we have our kitchen, and so the kitchen here, and then we've got an ablution block, ladies and men's shower and toilet, and we've got a laundry, 2 washing machines, and this lovely deck in between. So this is the kitchen, our sea container kitchen. Been here, how long have I been here? Since probably June, July last year.
Nearly a year then.
So a lovely little kitchen. Meal times, usually if guys are on the rig, crews on the rig, they're not back till 5 o'clock. So I think everyone likes to have a shower, clean up, get meals about 6 o'clock, 6:30. Everyone's in bed by 8 o'clock, ready for the next day. So on site we have a team up to about 10 to 13 people on site. They're geologists and field assistants. So the geologists, we have Gold Road geologists from Gold Road helping us out with the exploration at Gaia, and also employees and geologists from Iceni Gold. Along with that, we have a team of field assistants, and the field assistants help out with all the collection of sampling data out on the drill rigs, collecting samples, processing of drill core back at camp.
So I'm a geologist with Iceni, been working at Iceni for about a year now, and Sophie is a geo at Gold Road.
Been there for about a year and a half.
Here we're standing at the Laco shaft, which was mined by prospectors in the 1970s, where they found a significant amount of gold in quartz veins. It's like one big real life treasure hunt. You never really know exactly what you're going to find, but it's about putting all the bits and pieces together.
I think the most exciting day that I've had on this project was after our first round of RC, when we started to get our gold assay results back. And that proved that the Gaia anomaly is not just supergene, that it does exist at depths. And that really spurred on the next rounds of work that we've done. So the diamond program, the air core to infill, yeah, that really pushed us forward and got the ball rolling even faster.
The general atmosphere, I mean, everyone's very excited to be out here and exploring at Gaia and elsewhere around the 14 Mile Well project. And I guess it's that's gold exploration. We love gold exploration. We love being out here. We love exploring undercover. And as geologists, we love putting all the information together to come up with targets to make that discovery. So it is a long technical process, but it's methodical. And we're always going through ideas, new ideas, where best to put the drill holes in the right place, and to ensure, I guess, our money that we have got goes in the right places to make the discovery. The 40 Mile Well Gold Project is halfway between Leonora and Laverton, and south of the Murray nickel mine, and we control 850 square kilometres of land in that package. And the Gaia, where we are, that's part of the project, so that's under the joint venture with Gold Road Resources. But the Leonora Laverton area, and particularly Laverton, is highly endowed with gold mineralisation. So straight out to the east of me, over the horizon, over those ridges, that's Lake Carey, and then on the eastern side of Lake Carey is the Sunrise Gold mine, run by Anglo Gold, a massive gold mine and discovery. The Granny Smith gold mine, the Wallaby gold mine, so major gold mines, really significant gold discoveries in the Laverton area. And then also to the north of me is the Mount Morgan gold mine. So that's to the north of us on the northeast margin of our tenements. And also to the more northeast is the Laverton gold operation of Genesis Minerals, which is off to the northeast. So it's a significant package of rocks, greenstones and large gold mines. And then further east, further west to Leonora is obviously the Sons of Gwalia gold mine in the Leonora town, also Tower Hill, and then north of Leonora is King of the Hills gold mine. So it's a very significant belt in the heart of the Eastern Goldfields, significant, really big gold mines, and I think that the key message there is the combined milling capacity of all these mills within 100 kilometres of the 40 Mile Well Gold Project. They consume at least 18 million tonnes of ore a year combined within those operations. So for Iceni, it's our number one project, it's our biggest project, and I guess for a junior gold explorer, we're not in multiple areas at the same time. We like the 40 Mile Well Gold Project area. We've got a fantastic land position, contiguous land package in the district, and that's our full focus of our exploration efforts to make that big new discovery. And here we are at the drill site at Gaia, and behind me is a diamond rig operational. It's hole GYDD004, and this hole is going to 650 metres deep. So we've been working here. We made the discovery of the Gaia gold anomaly, bedrock gold anomaly. That was in about September last year. And the work we'd done last year, prior to that, we'd worked up looking at the geophysics, the previous exploration, noted the gold anomalies that had been generated, and knowing to the east of me here, there was a big gold nugget patch. So we recognised the target. It was our priority target from last year. We drilled the air core, we defined the anomaly, and late last year, we secured the agreement with Gold Road Resources, and we entered into a joint venture, farming and joint venture. Iceni owns the land, so the holder of the rights to the minerals and to exploit the minerals in the Sky area is held by Iceni Gold. And the work we'd done last year from August through to November, we defined the large anomaly. That attracted the company Gold Road Resources, like what we were generating, the anomalies we were generating, and then we entered into a joint venture and farming. So what it does for us is it basically, number one, is it accelerates the exploration. So we've got Gold Road on board helping with all the exploration out here, and obviously that's funded by Gold Road in farming. And we commenced a major program of air core, RC, and now diamond drilling at Gaia. So it's a very special target for us. It's a big target. It's on the two rock types are called a granite and a greenstone. And it's a prospective for gold mineralisation, and that's where we're currently drilling with the diamond holes at the moment. As you can see behind me, there is no outcrop. There's no surface exposure of any of the rocks or any style of mineralisation at all on the main Gaia trend where we are here. As you can see, it's just red dirt, mulga trees, and it's all about exploring undercover, and that's what we started last year, was to search for the footprints. And what I mean by the footprint is we're looking for trying to define in the regolith, in these oxidised rocks near surface, is the footprint of what could be a major discovery at depth. So it's what's hidden beneath all of this mulga country, and trying to make a big mineral discovery. So that's the exciting part, starting with blank canvas, looking at the geophysics, looking at all the previous exploration, and then getting out here to explore and drill and hopefully make a major gold discovery. So if you're interested in learning more about the Iceni journey and the work we've got underway at Gaia, please feel free to contact me in our office in West Perth. And if you're in West Perth, please drop by and come in for a chat.